Last time on Yptic's gameplay of Mouse Course 4, I returned to the virtual parallel world and quickly learned of its dire state. A gigantic castle computer had emerged and immediately began to commit crimes. Among other felonies, it began to control all existing things and brainwashing them with its rape culture. It had also resurrected convicted sex offender Xhod I, captured the god president in office Xhod, and kidnapped the latter's children. I met with the remnants of a battered Xhod extermination unit, and together we concluded that legal action was necessary. I ventured into the first stage of Mouse Course 4. It began, as is right, with a jog among the walls. I found cards that Xhod left along the way, and those cards gave me valuable information on navigating the castle computer, which I was now inside of. I kept going forward, and I ran across two enemy eye shots who fled before the confrontation intensified. I continued to explore the castle and came across some electricity. After being briefly confused by the electric objects, I entered the lair of a weapon that shot lasers. I killed it pretty quickly. I continued to walk between the walls and then faced and survived my maiden avoidance. Shortly after, I faced the small eye shot I had previously seen. He invoked the use of a shooting contraption that was fairly easy to avoid and attack. He didn't last. Next, I went off to defeat another eye shot, the larger one. This battle was a bit more challenging, but my victory was imminent. The stage would be topped off by a battle against the Guardian Eye, a being that destroys anything that attempts to cross it. Naturally, I would try to cross it with use of a special cannon I quickly learned to master. Oh gosh, dang it. Wait. Oh! I needed to right-click to release the bombs manually. How come I only noticed that by the end of the boss? Regardless, stage 1 was clear.
I'm laughing to the bang like ha ha ha. I'm laughing at the slangs like ha ha ha.
Last time on Yptic's gameplay of Mouse Course 4. I entered stage 2 and I very quickly came across its signature hazard, the spinners.
That's the wrong name.
The roulettes. I found out through a card by Xhod that if I wanted to change a roulette's direction, I would have to resort to the artillery. Bored by all the rotation, I took a detour to another sector to murder shots more conventionally. But then, I remembered I still had the targets neutralized, so I returned to the realm of the roulettes. The spinning adventures continued. By then, my editors had finally gotten used to the spinning and did not get dizzy. Finally, I had reached the main boss of the stage, the steel roulette.
That's the wrong name.
What the fuck? Our battle will be long and drawn out, but not for good reason. The Stell roulette always attacked at a speed that I found difficult to keep up with, and properly attacking it was, admittedly, very difficult. This would culminate in a lot of game overs. Ow! Ow! Fuck, out of pow! Ah! No! No, that's the wrong bomb! That's the wrong bomb! Ah, no. Ah, no. No. Ow! Oh. Oh gosh. Oh gosh. No. Shit. Oh. No. Ah. God damn it, I'm out of power. I forgot. Hey. What? No. Ah. Completely stumped, I decided to see how a professional fares against the spitting devil, and was summarily enlightened. Now I know this. I simply need to hold the weapon, and to fire bombs I need to exactly keep holding and click. You don't know how hard I'm palming my face right now. Two hits and look at how much damage I've caused. I discovered that I could aim my bombs against the boss by holding them and then releasing them. This fact, combined with my honed up avoiding skills, culminated in victory against the Stell roulette with virtually no damage. My god, this is quite fast. Oh, it's dead! Still, I will never forget all my suffering.
Seu DJ mete o caralho, espírito mais bravo do Mandela. Bota na chata, bota na buceta.
The traumatic Stage 2 was complete. Last time on Yptic's gameplay of Mouse Course 4, I entered Stage 3, where I came across some eye shots and some machines that shoot lasers. A path that's never easy to traverse. I, however, managed to cross it, and finally released Shotzling from his political prison. The dynamic duo was back together.
Live by the gun, I'ma die by the gun. Live by the gun, I'ma die by the gun. Live by the gun, I'ma die by the gun. A nigga shoot at me, so you know I'm shooting back. Live by the gun, I'ma die by the gun. Live by the gun, I'ma die by the gun. Live by the gun, I'ma die by the gun. A nigga shoot at me, so you know I'm shooting back.
After a fine and swaggy MLG rectile, I and Shotzling parted ways, and I passed through a section of the sonar tower. The way had reduced in intensity and nearly became tedious, but was still dangerous. The laser madness resumed shortly after. Old enemies reprised their roles, and new ones would make their debut. Oi! The hell? These are the plasma shooting machines, which take skill to avoid and power to destroy. Initially, I found it complicated to attack them with conventional weapons, as they trigger barrages if one is within their range. After an avoidance with the new mechs, Shotzling presented me with the perfect weapon to deter them in the best possible way. Oh, a card from Shotzling here. That gun is very good. It shoots. I had acquired the plasma gun. After a thorough test of the weapon, I resolved to bring the fight back to the plasma shooters. The game was officially on. I went on a righteous, crime-preventing rampage with the gun that shoots, and with resource to the remainder of my arsenal. Only fate would thwart me, as I had arrived to the abode of the main boss of the stage, which, unbeknownst to me, would require more brain than brawn. I still attempted to maintain the aggressiveness in my first 2 attempts at the boss. 2 frustrated and fruitless efforts. I began to successfully approach the new coming Mega Machine more tactically. The Mega Machine 1 of Mouse Horse 4 tends to immediately overwhelm the player with a pattern of 4 lasers and the plasma shooters, which forced you to move around in a very improvised manner. By the 3rd attempt, I noticed that whereas the plasma shooters triggered their barrage if the mouse was within their range, the lasers had a set pattern. So I focused on attacking and avoiding mainly the lasers, which dealt more damage and destroyed my weapons easier. And the pattern of the laser seems to be constantly the same. With time, I started to avoid the initial phase more effectively and was starting to attack consistently. The targets of the attack were the shooters on the corners of the Mega Machine. I managed to destroy one, Blunder. By mistake, I had killed the first laser shooter in the sequence, leaving me to avoid the remaining lasers by luck. The 3rd attempt, too, ended disastrously with a shot extermination unit. However, I had quickly learned my lesson. But this is progress. This is progress. This is very good. Though I should maybe rethink on where to attack first. Because maybe I should preserve the original laser sequence as much as possible. Maybe instead of attacking the part from this corner, I attack the part from this corner first. It's the last one in the sequence, and it preserves the original rhythm. I did just that, and killed each of the corner shooters at the correct order. After successfully dispatching the assassin corners, I had to face the larger individual plasma shooter and the larger individual laser shooter. And you already know where this is going.
I'm Uncle Murder, I call hella bodies. GMG, like the shower posse. Niggas I got beef with, they don't never ball. They never seen the brick, they hustling 8 balls. Hollow tips when I hit my enemies up. I feel like Bishop when he hit Raheem up. I got the juice, that Grey Goose. Got these groupies giving me head on the project roof. 40 cals, AKs. When it's beef, when we creep, those are guns we spray. I'm a rider, these niggas deserve to die. Like Omar, gay ass from The Wire.
Live by the gun, I'ma die by the gun. Live by the gun, I'ma die by the gun. Live by the gun, I'ma die by the gun. A nigga shoot at me, so you know I'm shooting back. Live by the gun, I'ma die by the gun. Live by the gun, I'ma die by the gun. Live by the gun, I'ma die by the gun. A nigga shoot at me, so you know I'm shooting back.
Yeah! My god! I had perfectly improvised a resistance against the latter phases of the boss, and I had cleared stage 3 shortly after. Once again, Mouse Course 4 potentiated another brain expansion. Last time on Yptic's gameplay of Mouse Course 4. I entered stage 4, where I assassinated some shots, and assassinated some shots with Shotling's help. After a while, Shotling had to leave to recover one of his children, the Slink Sons. But before he left, he warned me of the dangerous path that I will cross. Meet you at the electric tower. Alright. You will pass through the maze of Xhod. They are very hardy and difficult to destroy. You will have trouble killing them. See you later. In another session, I would indeed begin my journey. I witnessed the first of the shots. They were, as warned, very sturdy. They took many of my spike bombs to destroy. As I proceeded, there were even more and more types of shots to worry about. I attempted to troll as many of them as possible, and after a while, it was starting to work. That is, until he came. Two screens with a shock shot each proves to be a serious challenge to the shot extermination unit. And not to be outdone, have special avoidance in which you need to prevent a legion of shots to partake in crime-pursuing ventures. Your only authorized weapon is a side laser. It must be activated by pulling a lever. That was the hardest part. Hey, I think I'm getting the hang of this. Ah no, I hit the wall! One session and a few game overs later, I had finally mastered the 6th save of stage 4, only to bear witness to a harrowing scene. I found out that as one of the border crossings of the People's Republic of the Maze of Shods, any Shods who try to escape it are exterminated by a pair of massive laser blasters. Determined to decisively liberate the Shod citizens, I resolved to destroy them. The first one was very exposed, a bit sluggish, and easy to destroy. The second, the opposite. I was dragged to the very limits of my health points. I could only destroy it with a clever and desperate trick shot. Oh, that was lucky. Come on, man.
She know what she wanted and how to go get it without being caught. She know what she wanted and how to go steal it without giving thought.
As a reward, I got a new weapon, the laser gun. Upon obtaining this weapon, the General Staff of the Shot Extermination Unit decided it would take over the task of neutralizing the Shods. Finally, I met the main boss of the stage, Supreme Leader of the Shods, Shod's Anchor the First. He was larger than all the other Xhods, and he required a large laser shooter to be killed. His only attack was spawning more Xhods. Not even he was safe from the trolls.
Get back, kiss that, kiss that, kiss that, kiss that, kiss that, kiss that, Big Mac, kiss that, kiss that, right back.
Oh god damn it, this is getting silly now.
Stage 4 was clear. Last time on Yptic's gameplay of Mouse Course 4, I entered stage 5 and quickly discovered it was quite electrifying. I was greeted with the all-new Tesla coils and the returning directional pads. I approached the first few screens most carefully, perhaps out of awe or fear or strategy. I met the first electric enemies. Attacking them was a new experience.
A bomb seems to do. Whoa! Ah, gosh, get out!
Never before has an enemy attacked an officer of the Xhod extermination unit with such vitriol and doggedness. Once again, I had to learn to attack the enemy without getting in its range.
Alright, I killed it.
I linked up with Xhod shortly after, and this time he wasn't alone. He was accompanied with one of his children, the fighter son. Xhod went off to fight the other baby children, as I and my nephew bonded over crime prevention activities. As we marched up the electric tower, the electric objects became more powerful and potent. At the moment, we simply focused on avoiding them, but in time, we were summoned to fights involving electronic machines. Despite being very raw, the fighter son fought valiantly. He had gotten his first taste of battle. Our teamwork was not in vain, and the battle was won. Old enemies began reprising their roles, but we managed to troll a very high number of them. Newer electronic enemies debuted, and the strategy to interacting and approaching them was similar. We continued to climb the Tesla tower at a stable pace, until we reached the stage's avoidance. The means of attacking the enemies were removed for this event, and the strategy was to simply not get into the range of any of the electric foes, who, if startled, would engage in erotic electrostimulation pretty much until we're dead. Easier said than done, but a way was found.
Incredible. New best. This attempt is free. Oh wait, this is the new power? I think this is the new power.
By finishing the avoidance, I was rewarded with the electric gun. I was ready to put it to work in the next session. Here we are. But I soon realized that my mouse's slider wasn't functioning. No, this is not. What's happening to my mouse? What the hell? Hello? The slider is an important element of Mouse Course 4's controls, and having it not function was terrifying. I was worried, but also impressed by the impact of the curse of the 5th stage, which not only threatened the completion of the stage, but endangered the whole gameplay. But then, I found out the reason. By lapse, I was using an older mouse and not the current, functioning one. I quickly corrected my mistake and the mouse in the following session. This was the silliest rendition of the curse of the 5th stage yet. The gameplay resumed normally and I used the new electric gun to great effect. The previously damaging electric enemies now fell like flies against their own spell. The big electro boys weren't safe either. All of them were trolled. Eventually, we reached a new section. There, a card from Shotzling ominously warned me of what was to come. As warned, I would face the Seraphs and Cherubs of the Electric Tower. The latter were the Electric Side Laser ripoff. The latter were the Side Laser derivatives, which guarded the paths and ways of the top tier of the tower. They were accompanied by plasma shooters and traditional laser shooters. The Electric Seraphs were these stupid fuckers which released red electricity at the lightest trouble. They were hell to kill. Fuck 'em. After the electric marathon, I finally reached the main boss. Shotzling left a harrowing warning. I went on to face the electric reactor for the first time. Despite Shotzling's warnings, I took time to get myself acquainted to the functioning of the boss. And when I got the hang of it, it was too late. Oh! Game over. But look at how far I've gotten. It's incredible. Inspired and enlightened, I returned to the fray, but I couldn't lock in as hard as the fighter Sling-Sen, who grabbed hold of the electric reactor, triggered the forbidden spam attack, and didn't let go until the end of the fight. Are you okay? Are you okay, sir? Anticlimactically, Stage 5 was clear. Last time on Yptic's gameplay of Mouse Course 4, the Shot Extermination Unit celebrated its triumph over the electric reactor and the great performance of the fighting Sling-Sen. The celebrations ended abruptly, crushed by a horrifying bulletin. The news shook the units when they came. Somehow, Shotslinker had returned. I and the MVP of the previous stage vacated the electric tower, picking off some electric stragglers, now waifs with no master. Before entering the central tower, we passed through a section of the castle, brown of color. Aside from the ubiquitous shots, it debuted gates that closed themselves fastly, rocket launchers, and colored phone boxes. A while into the journey, I managed to pick up some missiles Shotzling left me and managed to begin my studies on advanced artillery and its potential uses for crime prevention and law enforcement. Also, I found out that the brown section of the castle computer dislikes a nigga getting some rest, as in the same level of the aforementioned missile rectal, I had to weather 2 avoidances in very fast succession. After fording these unsafe waters, I destroyed another rocket launcher and finally obtained the blueprints for the missiles, now being able to reduce them myself. Oh yes, I'm gonna get the missiles! There it is, the power to create missiles. Enjoy! This weapon is exceptional. This ability would come in handy in the 2 mini-bosses of the stage, which also showed up consecutively, and were defeated consecutively, among dead and wounded. Oh, laser. Alright, now what?
Oh, that was terrible. I can't even see the bar anymore. Alright, let's go. Where's the egg? Oh, no, 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 no. Ah! Shit. Oh no. Shit. Ah. Oh! I just killed the mini boss like that. It was at its strongest state. And I just killed it like that. With one missile of mine. What the fuck? Oh wait, those were flamethrowers.
After this, I finally entered the dungeon.
Oh, there we go.
I was greeted with shots that tested my patience and puzzles that tested my brain power. When I arrived to the center of the castle computer, I found a seemingly impassable electric wall, which I could only surpass with the help of Topia's posterior gameplay footage.
Oh! Okay.
Leaving the center would also require cleverness and great use of weapon.
Oh yeah.
More puzzle screens ensued. With time, they were beaten as well. As I've entered deeper into the dungeon, I return to the embrace of an old enemy, the irritant Xhod, unseen since Mouse Course 2. The Xhod extermination unit started to be overwhelmed by the classic infestation, but the returning Xhod Slink tipped the scales for the law enforcement agents. Together, we would troll 1,000,000 Xhods/rapists, and eventually barge our way into the king's quarters. We were about to reunite with the dungeon master.
Stand on business, shot sling. I don't want to fight your boyfriend or your bitch ass son. Scrap with a real nigga.
You try to go band for band, bitch nigga? Get your bread up. I already know that working for the castle future doesn't pay.
What?
Don't you think I know you broke ass nigga? About your job settlements? Dungeon done by day? Burger flipper by night?
That's his irrelevant, Slinky. And even if our master pays next to nothing in money, it is repaid 20-fold of fun and pleasure I'm allowed to have with barbarian mice such as your colleague. I don't know what's your problem with it, Mickey. This is like to play with them a little roughly. Shame they break too quick.
Don't demean an entire race like that!
Oh, so you've even picked up their lingo. Sad.
My brother Shotslinker, I loved you. They filled your brain with computerized lies.
The master reign is liberty, no IQ, nigga. You only want me in the trenches because you have no honor, no autonomy, and no bread of your own. And now you serve this perverted motives. What does your unit of mice pay with? Cheese? That surpasses how all of your species for? Are these the lessons you teach your son? You make me sick. And fighting your
Blah blah
satins.
blah, I'm not fighting for any lies anymore.
I'm freeing this world from the likes of you and this cast of computer that started all this shit. Suddenly you don't want to fight? I'm trapped in your dungeon and you don't want to square up? I knew you were a bitch, but now I know you were a pussy.
Oh, where did the respect for your brother go? And I'll correct you. I'm no bitch. You address me as master. You don't want to end up in a timeout box again, don't you?
Ah, shut up, or I'll put you in a permanent box.
I don't want to punish you too in front of the child, but you leave me no choice. You've had a good run, but here, I am the boss. I am the daddy. And as I am daddy, I must enforce punishments.
Try us.
Your asses are all mine, niggas. You can't escape. Have at you!
The battle quickly began. Seeking to overwhelm us, Shotslinker approached us with a trademark shot reproduction attack. He also retained the use of his deadly rape tackles. Throughout the battle, he repeated these attacks, but with ever more intensity. We found this simple combination very difficult to beat.
Again.
The session ended with torn rectums all over the unit. We would spend months regrouping and rethinking our strategy. However, the unit did not face this challenge alone. Hints from the fans, such as the use of forgotten and overlooked techniques, and the confirmation that the Lanker does indeed home in on the mouse in later stages of the battle. With our wills emboldened, we return to the dungeon capital, this time as a conqueror.
Oh!
We will meet again, Shotlink, and next time I will not be so kind to you. For now, Shotslinker was defeated and he fled, but he swore revenge. We shut down the dungeon, but his boss was on the run. A Pyrrhic victory indeed, but after a long struggle, Stage 6 was clear. Last time on Yptic's gameplay of Mouse Course 4. I, Shotslink, and the fighter Slinkson were assassinating some shots as we were leaving the dungeon. We would split at the entrance of the sonar tower. Shotslink would continue patrolling the dungeon, and I would clear the aforementioned sonar sector. Indeed, the most common thing in the sonar tower was the sonar. They came in many shapes and forms, but they always had one thing in common: their trademark emissions, the bluish sound waves, and the will to die. Concerningly, not only machines, but also shots were imbued with this power. We could also form our own rudimentary sound waves to break crystal blocks. This technique was especially useful to liberate the next Slinkson.
Oh, almost there. I just need one more. Yeah! Hey, you may not know me, but, I'm Uncle Mouse. Yeah, I am Uncle Mouse. I'm
Green in color, great in spirit, the energy Slinkson. He picks up energy and forwards it to the mouse. We continued to clear the sonar tower, and we started to notice our arsenal's inadequacy on tackling certain sonar shots. Nevertheless, we pushed on. We also began to face sonar shots in machines that emitted deadly sound waves that could only be combated with our counter sound waves. But when we didn't have this method at our disposal, the only option was to seek escape. Eventually, it was also necessary to deactivate some of these machines. We learned that they were severely weakened when they couldn't emit their deadly sound waves. Afterwards, I had to face the sonar machines in an avoidance. There were some groups.
Shades of Mouse Course 3, this is like the... Whoa, ouch! Ouch! Alright, now it gets faster. Oh no!
But I eventually learned the avoidance and beat it.
And as a reward, I get the sonar gun. Sonar gun, right here.
Now, I had the ability to directly attack anything sonar related. The new weapon saw immediate application. Despite my amateurish use of it, it was greatly useful for me to defeat the shot rush. The whole arsenal was applied to clear the final levels. Finally, we reached the level of the boss. Shotling remotely commanded its destruction, as it served as an important energy source of the castle computer. This was the sonar reactor. It emitted deadly waves that must be muffled before it must be attacked with fire.
But it's not working. Maybe I need to attack normally? Yes. Alright, I've downloaded the boss now.
This will also add conventional sonar waves to swat away our weapons. Its overwhelming power was indeed a challenge. Our battle would come to the wire, with both parties coming to the limits of their life points.
Crap. This is the home stretch.
However, the units would prevail, as its projectile was the most efficient.
Yes! Another clutch boss. 2 clutch bosses in one fucking day.
Stage 7 was cleared. Now, where were we?
Stage 8.
Right, Stage 8. Last time on Yptic's gameplay of Mouse Course 4. I and the Simpsons left the mansion of the Hugh Definer and told some playmates on the way. We quickly returned to the brown section of the tower. Back come the pathways sprinkled with strolling enemies, the aggressive gates, and the missile shooters that can also shoot plasma for reasons we don't fully understand. As is custom for the brown section, it desired to push my endurance, as in one attempt I was made to weather a shot runs, an avoidance, and another one. After that, we returned to the usual routine of the brown section, until I crossed paths with the mini-bosses of the stage, which I also had to face consecutively. I killed off the first one using the usual strategies, but remembering of the intensity of the second one, I decided to slay it in a creative way.
Alright, stop. I've got an idea to approach the next boss. I'm gonna hit the red bomb. Oh! Yes! I've managed to skip the whole boss. I managed to skip the whole mini-boss, just as planned. Incredible!
Next up, I returned to the outskirts of the dungeon, where I had to indulge in advanced color mixing. Then, I returned to the very center of the tower, and to return to the brown section, I had to fight my very first smoke shooter, foreshadowing what was to come. I also had to deal with a very simple but very difficult lever bomb puzzle, which dragged me to my very limits.
Yes, 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 no!
This is my first game over in a field section of Mouse Course 4. Sad. After another wave of attempts, I did surpass the section.
Yes, 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 yes!
And from the final screen of level 305 onwards, the smoke shooters were here to stay, motherfucker. Also debuting addition are the crusher gates, which are triggered the moment the house hovers over them, along with the smoke guns and the ubiquitous exit enabler, the form boxes, they began to take the protagonism of the stage. However, among the sea of modernity, I would reunite with a foe older than Shotsliker and even the irritant shots.
Oh my god. 120 seconds? That's 2 minutes. Hard rock. Oh my god, it's back.
The big purple blocks have reincarnated in brown colors and returned with the intent of fucking me. BPB to BBC. I avoided them using the classic strategy, which was to channel my inner claustrophobe and avoid being surrounded by the walls at all costs, pursuing any and all open spaces. It was going swimmingly until I committed a lapse in my sight reading.
What's the halfway mark? The minute mark? Oh.
However, I would not come to fail in the same spot twice, though I would perish in another one. Despite avoiding the rest of the block dance with authority, I ended up paying dearly for one moment of indecision.
Yeah, probably should go up. Or not. Oh god, I should not have went up there. I should not have went up there.
Still, the third time would be the charm.
Alright, stay here, but don't go up. Oh! 10 seconds. Very good avoidance. Excellent avoidance. I have to clap. I have to clap for this avoidance.
Upon beating the avoidance, I would be rewarded with the smoke gun. I would first put them to work, painting exit enabler enablers in convenient colors. I also witnessed the high destructive power of the new weapon, which made the slaughter of the smoke guns much more efficient. After that, I quickly arrived to the Xhod, the stage's boss. It is the Master Formbox, King of the Exit Enabler enablers. In short, Master Exit Enabler enabler. Shorter, Mexinan. A battle that requires brain and brawn tops off the A stage. It starts with the Mexinan choosing out formboxes that must be connected to the respective exits before the mouse is permitted to attack it directly with weapons. The formboxes are timed, and if they expire, they replenish a fraction of the life of the Mexinan. In a general mode, you may attack it not when it is brown, but when it is white. Shit, that's racist as hell. After a certain point, the Mexinan starts to also shoot out colored formboxes, which must be repainted to the correct color. Third leg, you must attack the Mexinan while it shoots out dark formboxes which home in on you. Fourth leg, the Mexinan, which is now quite square-faced itself, homes in on you with the intent to crush you with its straight moves. Fifth leg, the Mexinan still homes in on you, but now needs to take a breather between every rush. It does chase you directly at the sixth leg, which I could not survive.
Ah, goddammit. What must I do?
In my second attempt, I took note of the destructive power of the smoke gun and began to use it in the heretofore fatal 5th and 6th legs. Using this technique, I reached the 7th leg of the fight. Now, it shoots out formbox enablers. And, after the mouse responds with its attacks, it replies with the dark formboxes. However, the Mexican began involving color swaps in the mix, undoing all of the good momentum I had. I reached the 8th leg, which is more the same, but now the Mexican moved around while also shooting out dark formboxes between attacks. It was from this point I started to get mixed up on the screen, and was even allowing formboxes to expire, replenishing a part for the Mexican's health. In the end, the fight became too much to bear, and the Mexican outlasted me again. Defeated, I ended the session with an incomplete stage 8. However, between sessions, I've received 2 major hints from 2 of my viewers. One recommended that I change the basic settings of the game, claiming it would erode the long-standing need of me readjusting my mouse in the table. Another recommended that, in the later legs of the fight, I prioritize the formboxes with lower time remaining. A truly enlightening philosophy which saw effect even in the early legs of the fight. Still, I struggled in the 8th leg and perished there.
Drop in.
However, in the 4th attempt, I would lock in and finally push through my mistakes, blitzing through the 7th and 8th legs in minimal attempts. We then reach the climax of the fight, the 9th and final leg. All hell breaks loose. The Mexican sprays out formboxes like piss, and it too sprints around the screen, hungry for rodent blood.
Oh, it's dead! Wait a minute. Where's it going? Is it not dead?
Then, just as it appeared to have been beaten, it escaped. Still, it had left open the gates out of the big brown compound, and stage 8 was clear. Only one stage to go. last time on Yptic's gameplay of Mouse Course 4.
I and the Slinksons entered Stage 9, where we faced off against some wandering shots and the returning smoke shooters. Some of them were improved upon, shooting multiple colors of smog. We also started to face off against shots that secreted smoke themselves. Luckily, we already had the means to defeat them effectively. We quickly met up with Shotsling, and he presented us with a third Slinkson, the Ruby Angel, the Life Slinkson. Though I would not notice immediately, his function is to generate lives during a period of time and transfer them to me in moments of stress. His debut would be immediate. The unit was ambushed by a gang of smoke shots. But not to worry, they were all trolls. The whole squad advanced through the towers, and the general rectal continued. Many weapons returned, including, concerningly, the shot terminators. At level 330, the gang split up. Shotsling left through a shortcut to the central tower, and he left his children with me to annihilate any opponents in the general pathway. And I would receive a great tool to complete such a task. It was the Cut Mouse power, which gave me the ability to literally cut away at my enemies.
Have you running back home? I catch a OP, no, he gon' die, just shine, make you run away. Back it on him and just shine. Yeah, you're getting shaved. Pull upon him and just shine, make you run away. Just shine, just shine.
After that, we moved on to the next platformer screens. The lasers had returned in force, stealing the show. And the shot terminators had been updated, configured and optimized to slay mouths. This combination would drag me to the very extremes of my patience, stamina, and lives.
Oh, thank you. More lives.
And not just that, I had to deal with a mini-boss that mixed these two disciplines.
Whoa! Ah, die! Oh, it's dead already.
As a bizarre but welcome reward, I obtained the ability of form box generation. Now, I can generate form boxes for exit opening or offensive activities. I then entered a new section of the stage. It was depleted of enemies, courtesy of Shotsling, but not of their core hazards, of which there were 4. In order, they are the walls that close in when hovered over, the spikes that fly in when they're hovered over, walls that do flips, also triggered when hovered over, and block shurikens, also triggered when hovered over. They were difficult individually, and when they began to be mixed up, it wasn't. Finally, I reached the upper terminal. Shotsling would reveal some troops.
Hi again, Shotsling. This place is very similar to Mouse Course 3, but whoever created all that created here also. To destroy a final computer, you should open these 4 doors down. To do it, you have to destroy these 4 controls.
As he suggested, I would go into each of the 4 specialized areas, each centered in one of the recent gimmicks. The first area was that of the walls that close in when hovered over. As in Mouse Course 3, it was a field stage succeeded by a mini-boss. Or should I say, a magic room. I quickly reached the first magic room. I had long mastered the art of wall avoidance and made easy work of the first control room.
Oh, that's it? It's dead! First try. First trying a magic room. In past games, this would be unthinkable.
Next up, the area of the spikes that fly when hovered over. This stratagem wasn't strange to me either. The magic room, much less.
Ow. And I did it! I did it. I'm gonna be insulting. I gotta use a basic bomb. Maybe it'll still kill. And it did kill. My god.
Third, the area of the walls that do flips. One of the new gimmicks. This new stage forced me to greatly up my guard. Little did I know that the following magic room would be the peak of difficulty of the 9th stage.
Not again. Not again. Oh, got one life. Game over. Two. Not again. Not again. Not again. Jinxed it. Jinxed it.
Finally, after 4 painful attempts, I managed to suppress the 3rd control room.
Oh, it's over. And
Finally, the area of the block shurikens. They were quite easy to interact with, but this was to change with the magic room.
ouch. Lost 2 lives, but it doesn't matter.
Oh, it was quite easy actually. By defeating the 4 control rooms, I opened up all the 4 great gates to the ultimate boss. Shotling wished me luck, and awarded me all of his lives. This was the result of almost a year of work. It was time. And I went.
Oh, we're at level 360. I can do a 360 too, you know. Oh, I'm already here.
Star armed on business, Mouse. You and your crew came to shake me down, but newsflash, it won't work. So, listen well, you fuck nigga, here, I'm the boss of all this shit. And you're just a mouse. I could end this all. I could end you instantly, Robot. But, since you wanna square up, I'll let you, because I'm nice. It's not like you're actually gonna beat me, whatever. After I'm done with you, I'll dead your friend and all of his kids. I swear I really hate these neeks. This shit won't stop till they are all deceased.
The battle began immediately. The Green Terminal, 9th boss of Mouse Course 4, broke the ice by introducing various enemies from the past stages for me to kill. After I was finished killing those enemies, I would have to attack the terminal itself. Thus began this epic fight for the destiny of the Mouse world.
actually quite the fun op, lil Ute. Well, I didn't think you'd reach this far, but know that now, you'll die. Taste my robotic machines.
An unexpected second leg, a recapitulation of all the machines. The pattern was similar to the first leg, so with the terminal's cockiness and my determination, the bout raged on.
No, you broke my toys. Now you will pay, with blood. I'm not playing with you anymore. I'm finna crash out. Maximum overdrive.
One by one, the green terminal recovered all the gimmicks of the magic rooms, and one by one, they were supplanted. As usual, the newer gimmicks would shave off many of my lives, but still, I could not be stopped.
This can't be. Why you, bastard, now you die.
Come on, let me generate missiles.
After all of its stratagems failed, the terminal attempted to scream me into submission, but this too would fail.
Come on, die already. Yes! With 2 lives to go. Mouse course 4 is clear.
The green terminal was destroyed, and stage 9 was clear. After the battle, I reunited with Xhod, along with his children and the viewers, fans, and enjoyers of the show. We celebrated the clearance of the game. Mission accomplished.
What the hell? What's happening? A klaxon is sounding. What the hell? And he warned me that there was this red light waiting for me in Mouse Course 4. The red light. Wait a minute. Wait, no. Cyan also warned me about it in the chat of episode 9. So, I guess I'll have to play far into it to see what all that racket is about. What the hell? What's happening? A klaxon is sounding. What the hell? A red light. Wait a minute. Wait, no. What the? Ah, no. Ah!